It's the newest stadium on the NFL landscape, and it might just be the grandest as you get a look at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. At the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
You give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Flacco. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To pass, Flacco. Incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signal for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28.
2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Jackson sacked.
He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing an intentional grounding call.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, no problem there.
Yeah, on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
Bootleg, Flacco. Route. He hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
The ball carrier.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a handoff as they run outside. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Flacco. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
The Chargers take.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Big hold of the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The 34-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon. He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Flacco. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco, he's got the connection to Cooper. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. 11 yards there, first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 36, Flacco. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.Y. Hilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
The score, Jaguars 7. Chargers.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This to Jacobs on the toss right. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Flacco from the gun. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flacco's throw there complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Flacco, he's got it to Hilton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
A 4-yard loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
A nice little juke. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Taken from just outside the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He's got his tight end, Burton. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. The throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not.
Loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Flacco. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose, and this is recovered by the Chargers.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40.
2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Flacco from midfield. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Flacco here on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. The intermission and what right now is a 13-point game as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? The Chargers going to get the football first here in this 2nd half, and they trail as we get back underway. And the 3rd quarter will start with a touchback as that one lands in the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
That is called a sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they get down to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Thirty-yard line, 2nd and 12. Setting up to throw, Flacco. He's got Burton here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Now Flacco will lead him up as they're going to go for 2. Flacco looks to throw, and this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
He'll buy some time right. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. This pass his way in there for the 2 points.
Jaguars 19, Chargers 8.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco. It's caught. Cooper. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Number 32.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, Flacco. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They've become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And now here's a carry hitting left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Caught here by Conley. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
At their own 6.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jackson on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Jacobs, the ball.
It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Ronald Jones, 77 yards. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
The score, Jaguars 19, Chargers.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting
blitz coming, and down he goes. Dayon Buchanan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
It's 2nd down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Flacco. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
2 yards. It's 4th.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
4-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Down at the 26. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
The Chargers on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This time, Jackson will throw it. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Forced out to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
1st and 10.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Throwing now is Jackson. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 10 more there and another 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
Jaguars.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that one... Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Bart, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done.